about the first 3 or 4 things what you taught. Can you explain me again?
Yeah, I'll go through quick for now. So what we discussed is today how to create an SAS dataset using card statement. And here what we are doing is, first of all, we created an library and we
Sir,
have
I can't
attached,
see the screen.
sorry, yeah,
Okay.
we have created an library called sample, and where we are attaching it to desktop library. So we are copying this path and pasting it here, and we are creating a library called sample. So this is the sample library, and whatever the data sets you are creating will be stored in
Sample library.
sample library. So in the sample library, I'm creating a data set called
EMP.
EMP. So here I'm creating how many variables? 4 variables. So what was the function I'm using? An option called input and option called card statement. So for creating variable names, you need to give input, what variables you need to create. And for inputting the data, you need to input an option called cards. So every SAS statement ends with an semicolon, right? But here statement doesn't end with semicolon because this is one statement. So employee number is one variable, employee name is the other variable, job is the other variable, salary is the other variable. So for character variables, you need to give dollar symbol, but for numeric variables, that's okay even if you don't give dollar symbol. You should not give dollar symbol. So how do we know what are character variables and what are numeric variables? You can see by saying, right, employee number.
Yeah.
So this will be the 101 will be value for employee number. His name is Scott. What was his job designation? Manager. What was his salary? 1000. So here first observation is completed.
Okay.
So how SAS is knowing that we are sending this into employee number, because space is considered as an delimiter. So once it finds an space, from space whatever is present, it will be going into second variable. After space, it will be going into next variable. Again after space, it will be going into this variable. So on, we created 5 observations and 4 variables. So once
Sir,
if I
as
run
you
this,
said that after 2000, right? You said it's a whole one statement, but after 2000, the statement gets completed. So after that, there won't be any semicolon.
yeah, still you can give or not, that's fine, but still program will be running here.
Okay.
Yeah, in card statement that should be fine. So once if I run this dataset in the sample library, a dataset is created called EMP. I have 5 observations and 4 variables.
Right.
So that is what we did initially, and after that similarly we have created one more dataset
Okay.
called sample student. It contains 3 variables. 2 of them are numeric, one is character. So name is an character variable, and these are the values for those variables.
Okay.
So in the next statement, what we are doing is we are bringing a dataset which is already present in my other libraries. This is an SAS help is a default library given by SAS software. So from here I am copying this class. Okay, I'm copying this class into, where am I copying it into? I'm copying it into, sorry, I'm copying my EMP. I'm copying my sample.emp. I'm copying this into my work library. If you haven't given any library here, it will be defaultly saved into work. So I'm copying it from my sample and saving it into my work environment. So what does set do? Set copies the dataset.
Okay.
So literally you are copying this dataset created in sample into work environment. So
Right.
again, I'm also copying class which I have showed you already. Sorry, which is, yeah, I'm copying class into work, and we are applying different types of options. So if I use OBS is equal to 3, it only selects first 3 observations and drops all other.
Okay.
If I go to here now, I only have my first 3 observations.
Right.
So if I use first OBS is equal to 3, it will start from here. It will take my first observation as 3 and it will copy all other observations. Let's run this also. Sample.class. Before you are running the dataset with same name, the dataset should be closed. If you are creating new dataset, that's fine. Otherwise, it should be closed. So sample.class. So it is copied from Barbara. So because that is my third one. So first OBS does that thing, and first OBS is equal to 3 and OBS is equal to 6. What it does, my first OBS will be 3 and it will be till 6. So it will be copied from Barbara to James. So Barbara to James. In the drop, if you need to drop any variables, then you use drop. These variables will be dropped. Suppose if I don't want age and sex, I want to drop these two. If I use that, these two variables will be dropped. You can't see these two variables once they are dropped. So you'll be using drop for that. If you run it, sample.class will not have those two variables.
Right.
If you keep, only those 3 variables will be present. If I run it again, name, age and sex are present, others are dropped, right?
Right.
So label, if you want to give the label for any data set, you can give it. Label is nothing but an attribute.
Yeah. Sir, from
The
that
salary of
I
the,
was there. So
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
If anyone has questions, you can unmute yourself. Okay, now we will discuss how to represent. Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, Vibha. I just wanted to ask one thing, like the each statement should be in separate line, or we can write in same line also.
It's always good practice to write each statement in a different line.
Yeah, but if we
But once you ended with semicolon, it can still be in same line, but that's not the good practice of writing a program.
okay. So it will run in the
Yeah, if once you ended with a semicolon, that thinks that statement has been ended.
okay, thank you.
So I'm creating new data now again. Let me delete all this. Okay, I'm creating data called Scott. So how many variables am I creating here? 5 variables, and 3 of them are numeric variables. Employee name and job are character variables, as we have a dollar symbol here. Using card statement, I'm creating these variables. So for the first observation, my employee number is 101, employee name is Scott, his job designation is manager, his salary is 4,500 and his commission is 100. So on, I'm creating second observation. Here what am I doing? I'm creating his commission as null. So we don't know his commission. So we are representing the value as missing. Okay. Similarly, we are also creating employee number 103 and employee name Joy. His designation is clerk. His salary is 6,500. His commission is missing. 104 Sam. His designation is clerk. Sorry, name is clerk. Name is Sam. Job is clerk. Salary and his commission. So let us run this. Where are we creating this data set? In work library. So for James and Joy, their commission is missing because that's how we are creating the data, right? But James and Joy, their commission is missing. Okay. So now if I want to work on this data, so I'm creating a new data called EMP7 and I am copying the data set Scott where commission is null. So when we use this option, what happens? It selects only the observations where commission is missing. So how many how many employees have missing commission? So what are the records that are expected here? Monica?
James and Joy.
Okay.
James and Joy.
Okay. So let us run this and see. So James and Joy, their commission is missing. Suppose I want to select only the employees whose commission is not missing. Then what can I do? It's just simple English where commission is not null. So I'm creating it in a new data set. Here again I'm selecting where salary between 2000 and 5000. I want to select the salary between 2000 and 5000. How many of them have salary between 2000 and 5000?
1,
Everybody.
2, 2.
Yes. Everyone is having salary between 2000 and 5000. So all the records where salary between 2000 and 5000. Did I open employee in 9?
Everyone.
Yes, everyone.
But they have 6,000 too.
No, sorry. We are having these are above 5000. Right?
2000, yeah.
Yeah. So it's only selecting Jim and Scott.
Me too.
Yeah. It is only selecting Jim and Scott.
Why?
Because those are only two employees having between 2 and 5000, right? This is 5400. This is above 5000, right? These three observations.
Yeah.
Where salary not between 2000 and 5000. Now the other three records will be printed. So if you go to employee 10, greater than 5000, and if there is less than 2000 also, that will be printed. Where employee name like yes, so it searches for the employee name starting with S. So when I give this option, employee name like yes percentage. If you give percentage in the next place, it searches for the employees starting with an alphabet S. For the employees starting with alphabet S. Scott and Sam, right?
Right.
So it will be printing only those two records. So to select first character to be S, that was my comment. So if I run this now, Scott and Sam.
Oh, Kumar, I have a question. Do we have to give the comment all the time, or if we just give like S percentage, that's enough?
No, its comment is used to describe what we are doing, right? In real time scenario, if you keep on writing your program and you ended your project in the company and you switch to different project and someone else is working on your code, you should know what you are doing, right?
Okay,
If I'm taking over
okay,
your program, let's say you quitted the company and I took over your program, because studies will be for 2 years or 3 years, right? Each study research will be going on 2 or 3 years. So this is a good way of practicing. Even if anyone else opens your code and see, he should be in a position to understand what you are trying to do.
okay.
So that's always good practice to include comments when you are writing your program. Please do that.
Okay. So
Please make
even
it
after
as
the
habit from your first class.
comment, we have to give the semicolon then.
Either you can do this or you can take this out and you can include control question mark
Okay,
like this.
okay. Thanks.
So where ename like percentage. So it is looking now for names ending with S. So previously we took prefix starting S, right? Now we are looking for suffix S. Who is there? Only James, right? So to select last character to be S. So what was the dataset name? EMP. So there was only one employee with S. Now I want to select job wherever I have a character called A. In the job, I need to select all the values if there is an A alphabet in that value. So how many of them have A? Manager has A. Here also manager has A. Here salesman has A, right?
3.
So those three will be selected. So this is called as an wild character function. So for this you need to give underscore first and whatever the value you want to input and end with an percentage. So manager, manager and salesman. Now I want to select employees whose salary is greater than 5 times of their salary. 5 times of their salary is greater than 15,000. So multiply each of the salary by 5 times. So 4,500 times 5 times, and it is, if it is greater than 15,000, I want to select that. So this won't be 15,000 greater, all others will be greater than 15,000, right? If multiplied by 5 times. So multiply these values by 5 times and only select where the result is greater than 15,000. So where salary is multiplied, star is like multiply symbol, and when it is multiplied, if it is greater than 15,000, then only select those. So that means when their 5 month salary is greater than 15,000. Let's think it that way. So only one is not present. So we can also see those values. We can create a new variable called quarterly. Let us say this as quarterly equals to salary times 5. Employee. So when multiplied, this is 22,000, this is 27,000, this is 32, this is 27. But the other one, when this is multiplied, this is not greater than 15,000. So 5 times 2 is 10,000, right? And 5 times 4 is 2,000. So it is 12,000. So which is not greater than 15,000. So that is not printed here. So that observation is not printed here. What is his name? Jim. So Jim is not present in the dataset. I think we can end the session for today, and we'll meet tomorrow at 10 o'clock EST. If anyone has questions, you can go ahead and ask me.
Okay, sir. This one, if you want to practice maybe later today, I'll get this record.
Yeah, I'll send you this class notes for today.
Okay, so classmate, that book and software we'll get today.
I'll send you these notes, and I'll be sending this Little SAS book, and I have one more file called SAS Basics. It's just 13 pages, and go through this. If you can try creating these examples also. I don't think procedures are useful. I think this file is not good for now. Yeah, this file is.
First of all, we have to install the software and make a sample folder so that we can work on that folder.
Yeah, today everyone go ahead and install the SAS software and try to work on today's class what we have discussed.
Okay, sir. No problem.
So when are we gonna get the software?
I'll send you right now.
Okay.